if you're feeling like there's just something that you probably should let go, but you're just so familiar with this thing that you should let go of, and you just want to see if maybe somehow it can work out. Like, maybe the feelings that I have initially aren't the most accurate. Maybe these signs that I'm getting aren't actually signs, and I can somehow make this happen. If you're in that situation, just let it go. Please. Just get rid of it. Just let that thing stay in the past and you continue to walk forward. Because it's not going to be worth it otherwise. If you do anything else, if you continue to stay in that same thing, if you continue to do the same thing that you've always done, it's not like you're going to get any different results. It's not like all the evidence that you've stacked up before this point, it's going to be any different. It's going to replicate the same things that you've already discovered. So just walk away. Just walk away. But the thing about walking away is when you do it, you have to really do it. And you know what? Sometimes you may fall back into it. But you have to make up your mind that even if I fall back into it, I'm still going to get up and walk away. This thing doesn't have control over me. This thing is just a learning lesson. It's just a thing that I'm going to use to allow me to help myself get over that next level that I haven't been able to reach quite yet because I've been holding on to this thing. I'm telling you, I wanted to hop on here and at least talk about this because I don't want you to have to go through the same amount of pain and suffering that I am going to be going through. The thing about what you're letting go of is you're going to experience the same kind of consequences that you would as somebody who is staying in it. But it's only going to be a little bit more intense because you're not going to continue to do it. You're not going to continue to go back to this thing that you should be letting go of to actually numb you from the feelings that you would get if you actually just walked away. I'm telling you, it's going to be enticing. It's going to be some cravings that come up that try to draw you back into the very thing that you are trying to walk away from. But you're not trying. You're doing. You're walking away. And every time that you fall back into that thing, if you do ever fall back into that thing, you're only going to get stronger. You're only going to get sharper. You're only going to get more aware. And since you made up your mind beforehand, yeah, you may have fell into it because your flesh is craving that old sensation that it used to enjoy so regularly. But ultimately, in the end, your spirit prevails. For it is God that girdeth you with strength and maketh your way perfect. You have to understand that there's always going to be that thing that you should let go of. And when you finally decide to let go, it's always going to be clawing back at you. Whenever you stop the thing, you have to anticipate the consequences that are going to follow it. You have to understand that it's not going to just be something that you can just cut off and it all be fine and dandy. There's going to be some battles. There's going to be some resistance. But you're stronger than these battles and this resistance. Not to mention, you have the source of all to back you up, to help you get through this resistance, these battles. You have to fight from a place that's understanding the war is already won. It already is. Evil cannot beat good, no matter what it does. So it's up to us to live in now and take advantage of these battles, these opportunities is really what they are, to become someone completely new who's able to handle more, who's able to lead by example, who's able to be that person for those people out there who don't see the light, those people who are down in the ditch, down in the abyss, completely shrouded in darkness, and they don't really feel like there's any way out. You know, that's ultimately what all this stuff is for. You know, we're not here just for ourselves. We're not here just to overcome things just so we can be stronger for us only. You know, we're meant to serve others. And our service means that we use those things that we went through as a means of teaching lessons that are going to help those people get through their own struggles so they can do the very same thing that you're doing with your presence, with your lessons. So again, I tell you, I stress you, let it go, because I don't want you to have to go through the same amount of struggle, the same amount of suffering that I'm going through. And those very consequences that I talked about, I'm going to see those very same consequences pop up here very, very soon, because I understand the process already. I've already walked down this path, and it's up to me to not fold again like I already have before and walk down the same path again. You know, I'm not perfect, and there's things that I struggle with too. So that's exactly why I feel comfortable enough to hop on here and tell you, because I can't speak from a place of theory. I can only speak from a place of truth, from a place of, like, I've been there. I'm in the trenches. Although I haven't been there completely in certain situations, I'm right there, right beside you, shoulder to shoulder, walking down the same path as you, the straight and narrow way, the path least traveled, the path that's going to be difficult in the beginning, but most rewarding in the end. So I just wanted to hop on here and encourage you to please just let it go. Just let it go. Once you let it go, there's room for something better to take its place. But as long as you continue to hold on to that thing that is familiar, and maybe there's some kind of fear, some kind of doubt that's lying in the way of letting that thing go, that's stopping you because, you know, maybe you think that what could replace this thing is not as good as this thing. Maybe it's going to be worse. Maybe it's going to be this or that. And I say, don't worry about that. This thing currently isn't serving you in the way that it needs to be serving you, so let it go. Anyways, well, I appreciate you. If you made it to this point in the video, shout out to you, man. Honestly, I appreciate it more than you think. Really. And hopefully I see you in the next video. If I don't, no worries. Happy conquering either way. Adios for now.